What's going on YouTube, James here. Welcome back to James Talks Movies, where today I am going to be giving my thoughts on the newest historical drama movie to have been released recently, distributed by Sight and Sound Studios. This movie reads, as the synopsis says, with the colonies on the brink of collapse, the Reverend George Whitfield unites an entire generation with his thundering sermons and proclamations of liberty. In a miraculous turn of events, Benjamin Franklin becomes one of the Whitfield's closest friends and greatest promoters. With the nation's freedom hanging on the balance, the founders discover true liberty cannot be written into law. It must be awakened in the hearts of the people. So, as you can imagine, this whole movie is kind of set during the 1700s, kind of the years leading up to the Declaration of Independence being signed. And this movie kind of explains part of his story that hasn't really been explored all too much, just probably because of its debatable topics that it brings up. It talks about, the faith of the people at that time and how faith has been tested, because obviously at that time, because there was a lot of uncertainty of, where a country was going, how different colonies were going to get along with with each other and all this stuff. It can spawn a lot of questions, as you know, if you've ever had tough things in your life that make you question the reasoning why. Is there a higher end personal being that is letting these problems happen? What do I do for myself and others to prevent, further destruction from happening? Can I even do that? Is it even in my hands? That is kind of the questions and the themes and ideas kind of being explored here. And it's told primarily from George Whitfield's perspective, who was a reverend, which is like a preacher of that time in the 1700s, who ends up crossing paths with famed Benjamin Franklin, who, if you don't know, he wasn't really a religious person. I didn't know a lot of his religious upbringing in this movie, but basically he just didn't really, his whole life he was trying to kind of figure out the meaning behind life. He didn't really understand the idea of a higher power being at the helm of everything, just because of his upbringing in science and, the logical logistics of physics and all this stuff. And the movie explores this too, kind of explaining like how it is really good to know sciencey, logical sciencey facts and stuff like that, but also that there could be something higher power, just because how do these scientific facts and logistics work in the first place? How did they show up? And so I'm kind of feeling like I'm just gonna explaining the themes and ideas of this movie, but I do just really want you guys to understand this is definitely a faith-based movie, and a movie that preaches, as you can tell probably because there's an actual preacher in the movie, preaches a lot of ideas and themes about Christianity and kind of like the whereabouts of, why certain people would doubt the Christian religion, and kind of the different avenues that life could take depending on your journey and your beliefs and stuff like that. And overall, this is a good movie that really explains all that very, very well. The cinematography wise, when talking about the technical aspects, very well done. Just it really takes you along with the costume design and set design, really takes you into the 1700s time period. Definitely makes you feel a part of that lived in experience with the well known figures of history that we all know of. And it just it entrances you into that world to make you even more immersed in the story being told. And also, what really helps with that is the acting. Now, a lot of historical dramas, I feel like they could really botch real life figures and just gonna half-ass the aesthetics of the characters and not really pay homage to the biggest respect. But in this movie, they definitely do. They definitely deliver all their lines with as much authority and powership as possible. And I just really felt all their dynamics and all their moral dilemmas that are being explored here because of the characters, the actors, should I say, emotions being put out through these characters. And I just thought all around was really great. So yeah, I think that this movie kind of brings up a lot of interesting ideas and explores them, or should I say explains them very, very well. And is very well acted. Immerses you in the time period with all its technical aspects. That a movie is supposed to bring into entrance you into a world to make you better understand the source material being told in the story. But I do have a few gripes within the movie that doesn't make it perfect. For starters, the whole idea of like a historical drama type of thing, not really typically my thing. But I do really find the 17th century time to be a very interesting time for that when talking about like history and stuff like that. But overall, it's not really my type of movie. I was really more interested in this movie because of the different historical the historical aspects of it's talking about within this movie and the themes and ideas within this. So take that as you will. But also, I think that just even though it explains a lot of the ideas and themes in this movie very well, the exploration of it, I feel like there could have been just a little bit more, and more showing and less telling. Because there are a lot of parts of this movie that I feel like it overstays its welcome. Just a lot of repetitive elements of, people coming to faith and, exploring their faith. But it kind of montages through certain aspects of, elements where I feel like we could have gotten a little more deeper exploration into main characters and maybe even side characters, journeys through faith and kind of the thought process through this time. It kind of just feels a little bit rushed within that aspect. at the same time kind of repetitive, just because there are a lot of elements that could have been explored a little bit more, but it's kind of rushed upon. And also, because of that, we also hit some elements that are a little more on the generic biopic side. But yeah, anyways, though, I enjoyed pretty much a lot of this movie. I thought it overstayed its welcome a little bit, a little hit or miss with kind of with its exploration of the themes and ideas. But it was overall very, very good. If you're a big fan of his story and kind of are interested to explore a side of his story that, hasn't really been touched upon all that much, I think you will really, really enjoy this, especially if you're a fan of like really good acting and realistic depiction of time periods and stuff like that. This movie will definitely be up your alley. With all that being said, don't forget to leave your thoughts of the movie down below in the comments. I would love to have a nice discussion with you down below about the film. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Let me know them all down below. Also, if you have any movie suggestions for me, let me know them also in the comments, so then maybe I can check them out and tell you my opinion if a movie is worth watching or not. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell notification button after you subscribe so you can be notified every time I upload a new video. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.